Hi, sister. Can you talk right now? There's something very important I want to tell you.
Oh, if it isn't Marissa. I'm currently doing work while on a bullet train. Could you wait until later when I'm not busy?
No. I'm afraid I can't wait. What's with that reaction anyways? You sound almost as if you didn't want to see me. Anyways, this is something very important that has something to do with the future of the company, so it can't wait.
What? The future of the company? But Marissa, have you forgotten that you have nothing to do with the company's business? Could you please not talk about the company's future, at least until after you find a job and stop doing nothing at home all day?
Huh? It's fine if I don't have a job because I'm training to become a housewife. Unlike you, whose only merit is that you're willing to work all day, every day, I have a skill called femininity. Besides, I'm about to get married soon, and I won't have to work after that, right? I mean, seriously, Ida, why do you work so much all the time? Just get married and become a housewife or something.
Not everyone shares the same values as you, Marissa. Some people find meaning in their jobs beyond just having to work to earn money. Wait, hold on. You had a boyfriend? And you're already going to get married to him? How come you never came to our parents' house to ask for their permission?
You'll find out why soon enough. And of course I have a boyfriend, because unlike you, I'm not an old hag who became so busy with work that she forgot how to be a woman.
Well, I'll agree that I am pretty busy with work, but what do you mean I forgot how to be a woman? And I have a fiancé too, you know. If I start acting like a woman by your standards, then I'll soon be drowning in ribbons and lace and frills.
I mean, I was able to get married, but on the other side of the coin, you're not going to be able to get married anymore. Besides, are you sure that you have a fiancé?
Huh? What are you talking about?
What I'm trying to say is, me and Alberto are officially engaged now. That's what I wanted to tell you in the first place.
What? By Alberto, do you mean my fiancé Alberto?
Can you think of any other Alberto? I mean, of course I mean your fiancé Alberto.
Marissa, what in the world are you talking about? Are you trying to say that you stole my fiancé?
Yep, I'm being 100% serious right now. You see, the two of us are currently in a hotel together.
What? Now?
Yep, we've been going out for 3 months now. I'm impressed that you didn't notice a thing. It must be because all you think of all the time is that job of yours. Well, that's all I had to tell you. Make sure to cancel the wedding ceremony you had planned for next month, all right? Me and Alberto are going to plan our own wedding of our dreams from scratch.
Is that so? I'm going to ask Alberto himself about this later, but if this is true, you better get ready for what's about to come, because I promise you two aren't going to get off easy.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Tell Mom and Dad? You say that like you're actually a person of importance. But in reality, you're just a slave to the company, right? Anyways, I already am ready, if that's what you're worried about. Ready to find happiness with Alberto, that is. You're just a nuisance, Ida, so just give up and step out of our way, all right? Hi, Ida. Did you already ask Alberto about the two of us or something already? You see, he came crying to me, saying how you were so scary when you got mad at him. He said you looked like the devil himself. I made sure myself that he felt better after that, though. In fact, he's currently fast asleep next to me, looking like he doesn't have a care in the world.
Is that so? He's the one who did something to make me look like a devil, so it's his own fault. Besides, probably the only reason he was scared of me is because he felt ashamed about what he had done. I mean, it was only a month until we were supposed to have our wedding ceremony, after all.
Huh? What do you mean he was ashamed? I mean, it's only natural for two people who are in love to go to a hotel together where they won't be disturbed. And I already told you about our relationship, right? What's there to be ashamed of? This is all your fault, and you're just being delusional.
I'm trying to tell you that the two of you are being a bit too shameless about this. Never mind, you'll find out soon enough. I'm talking about canceling the marriage with Alberto, so do whatever you want with him because I don't care anymore.
What? Really? Yes! Now Alberto is all mine. Thanks for stepping out of the way, sister. Finally, you understand that I'm just a better woman than you. Just go back to your work or something so you can forget all about this.
I will, but I'm going to make you two pay me an alimony, all right?
What?
Yes, not just Alberto, but you too.
What? You're going to make me pay one too? What for?
For stealing my fiancé? He wasn't just my boyfriend, Marissa. We were engaged. So that means I have the legal right to ask you two to pay me an alimony. What, did you think that I wouldn't be able to ask you for an alimony because the fiancé you stole was your sister's or something? Too bad, but that's not the case.
You've got to be kidding me, right? But isn't making your own family pay you an alimony a bit too evil?
No, I'm not kidding. And what I'm doing to you is a lot less evil than what you did to me. Seriously, do you not even feel slightly guilty for stealing my fiancé? Oh, and I'll tell you this in advance. It's no use trying to rely on Mom and Dad for help. They're extremely mad about what you did right now. They even said that they regret spoiling you until now, and that they're going to make you leave their house.
What? Why? But I thought that Mom and Dad were my allies. I'm so much cuter than you. Why would they side with you?
There's no way they would side with you when you just stole my fiancé. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to go easy on you just because you don't have any money and don't even have a job. There's nothing stopping you from getting a job if you want to, so you better find one soon. Otherwise, you're going to have to take out a loan to pay my alimony. By the way, nothing about you is cute, Marissa. Only idiotic guys think that.
What did you just say to me? You're just jealous that I was always more popular with guys than you were, aren't you? Also, there's no reason for me to work. I'm not going to become a slave to a company like you.
Yes, there is, actually. I'm going to make you pay at least the average amount. I don't know for sure, but that's at least 20,000 euros.
You're so scary, Ida. Wow, so this is how ugly women behave when they're mad? Looks like you're the one who's an idiot. I don't need to find a job to pay your alimony after all. Too bad for you, I guess.
Yes, I heard that you made Alberto pay for both your alimonies. And I even heard that you moved into Alberto's apartment after Mom and Dad kicked you out.
Yep, the two of us are currently living together.
Jesus, this is proof that you completely don't understand the position you're currently in. I wouldn't be so happy about this situation if I were you.
Are you just being jealous now because he threw you away to be with me instead? Come on, Ida, it's unbefitting of someone so serious as you. Still, it's pretty funny, though I don't mind.
Seriously? Ugh, whatever. I don't care anymore what happens to you. To be honest, I'm impressed at how dumb you are and how narrow your view of the world is.
Huh? What in the world even is that? What does my view of the world have anything to do with this?
I mean, you haven't even noticed yet that you're slowly but surely being pushed towards the edge of a cliff?
What? But you're the one who's being pushed towards the edge of a cliff, aren't you? I mean, you're already 30, but you just got your fiancé stolen from you a month before you were supposed to get married? Really, I pity you so much. Good luck on getting married before you're 40, because I heard that you can't have children after that. I don't think that's going to be easy, though, now that you're in your 30s and have already been divorced once. Maybe if you were pretty like me, you would have had a chance.
Yeah, say whatever you want. You're just making a fool of yourself. I decided that I'm not going to tell you what's about to happen.
What are you even talking about? You're the one who looks like a fool, Ida.
I can kind of guess by your personality just what kind of misunderstanding you're currently making, but you'll find out on your own if you just talk to Alberto himself. Please, Marissa, could you at least try to not be so dumb and just talk to Alberto? It's honestly making my head hurt talking to you like this.
You're just crying sour grapes. Besides, if Dad's going to marry Alberto, the next CEO of the company, to one of his daughters, then it should be me and not you, right? I mean, I am younger and more attractive than you.
I see, so that's what you were after. I knew it. You did always talk about how you were going to just marry someone rich when I told you to get a job.
Yes, I want to become a wife of a CEO. You see, whenever I look at you and how you always just work all the time, I think to myself, wow, I hope I never have to become a slave of a company like that. Getting a job is defeat for a woman. So don't you think that becoming a wife of a CEO is the smartest path to take?
Just talk to Alberto for me, will you? You'll understand well then just how idiotic these thoughts of yours are right now.
Yeah, you're just saying that because you're jealous Alberto chose me over you. I don't blame him, though. I'm better than you in every way imaginable, after all. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. You see, the two of us are going to be hosting our wedding ceremony in half a year. I'm going to make you come no matter what. You made me pay an alimony of 20,000 euros, right? Too bad, because now I'm going to make you pay 40,000 euros as a wedding gift.
Jesus, talking to you really is pointless, it looks like. I'm not going to your wedding, and I'm definitely not going to give you any money.
Hi, sister. Do you know what day it is today? Today is me and Alberto's wedding. Today is the day that will symbolize the start of my new life of only happiness with him. At the end of the day, you replied saying that you wouldn't come to all of my invitations, but Mom and Dad are going to come, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Yep, this proves it. They'd rather have a cute daughter like me than a woman like you who's just a slave to her company.
You shouldn't get your hopes up regarding Dad. The only reason he came was to make sure that you wouldn't cause any more trouble than you already have. He's embarrassed just being there, you know. Mom, too. The only reason she came was because she wanted to get a last look at my failure of a daughter before I cut ties with her, she said.
Huh? You're seriously still crying sour grapes? I mean, I'm about to become the CEO's wife, so I think it would be in your best interest not to defy me too much, you know.
It must mean that you still haven't had a proper talk with Alberto if you can still say something like that. Seriously, it's been half a year, Marissa.
We don't need to talk. We can communicate without using words, you know. It's something that only couples that are truly in love can do. But I guess you didn't know that. Ida, half of the seats in the wedding venue are empty. They all canceled at the last minute.
Oh, is that so?
Not only that, but when I told Dad that this behavior was too disrespectful when it's the next CEO and his fiancé that's about to get married, he said that Alberto wasn't going to be the next CEO. What in the world is the meaning of this?
What? You're seriously only asking me that now?
What do you mean I'm only asking you this now? I mean, Dad sent you to marry Alberto in the first place because he was going to be the next CEO, right?
Did Alberto not tell you anything about it?
Huh? But it's so obvious. There was no need to ask him about it. I mean, the only children Dad has is me and you. Which means that he would have to send one of us to go and marry the next CEO of the company, right?
But I'm going to be the next CEO of Dad's company.
What? You're going to be the CEO?
Yes. It's been decided for quite some time now that I was going to be the next CEO. The marriage between me and Alberto was nothing as complicated as an arranged marriage for the company's interest or something. We were just co-employees that fell in love with each other.
What? Then does that mean that Alberto's position in the company is...
He's just a regular employee.
A regular employee?
Well, he used to be the head of the marketing department, but the company found out about how he was cheating on me and going on dates with you and saw that as a problem. And so he was demoted and his salary lowered.
Huh? What's so wrong about going on dates with me?
To put it simply so that even you would understand, he was punished for not coming to work and going on dates with you instead.
What?
Not only that, but apparently he used the company cars on these dates of yours to go to hotels or something. He was barely not fired from the company entirely, but it's true that he was a hair's breadth away from it.
He was almost fired?
Yep, his salary is much lower than it was before, and he's probably not going to be promoted in the future either. Half of this is your fault, and you should realize that.
But... Ida! I asked Alberto to show me his bank account and only €5 were in it! Why is it so little? But I won't be able to buy the newest brand bags with this money!
Do you seriously not understand yet, Marissa?
Huh?
First, Alberto paid for both the alimony I asked from you and from him. Next, you moved into his apartment since you were kicked out of our parents' house. Not only that, but you're unemployed and have no intention of getting a job since you believe that working is defeat, yet you love spending money and have zero experience saving any money of your own. He now has to pay for 2 people instead of 1 ever since you started living with him. And his salary is not even a third of what it once was since the company found out about what he was doing. Oh, and that wedding ceremony of yours was pretty expensive as well, right? But you couldn't even gather a considerable amount of money from wedding gifts since most of the people you invited ended up canceling at the last minute. Based on my calculations, you made Alberto use roughly €100,000 in just these 6 months, didn't you?
€100,000?
I heard from Alberto before that he had about €100,000 in savings, but looks like he's spent almost all of that now. Only €5 were left, right?
This can't be happening, but this is completely opposite of what I expected. I thought I would be able to live a fabulous life as the wife of a CEO, never having to work a day in my life. I can't turn back now as well since we already turned in the marriage papers. What should I do about this, Ida?
Do you seriously not understand yet, Marissa?
What?
It's clear what you need to do. You need to get a job and work as well. You see, everyone in society has to, in general, work to make a living. You were screwed the moment you started thinking that working is defeat. If only the world worked differently, then maybe you would have gotten what you wanted. So if you don't want to join the dredges of society, because you're going to at this rate, go and get a job.
Why do you have to say things like that to me? You're so mean, Ida.
Not long after that, Alberto voluntarily resigned from his job. It looks like it was too difficult for him working at a place where his former fiancée and now also sister-in-law were going to be the next CEO. Apparently, he brought Marissa with him and moved to his hometown. I heard that he plans on getting a new job at a factory that produces dried foods owned by a relative of his. Marissa, who loved everything about the city and how everything was so busy and shiny, will probably find this new life in the countryside of hers difficult and boring. But since she could no longer rely on our parents, she had no choice but to go with Alberto. But it seems that her mother-in-law was quite the character. Apparently her conditions of letting the 2 of them live in Alberto's parents' house was that they would have to live with Alberto's parents, and she would manage everything related to their finances, including their salaries. My sister left the city shaking from fear, and it looks like this marriage of hers is going to be difficult in a lot of ways.
Hello, I was recently scammed by your daughter with a fake wedding scam. She took a lot of my money from me, and I would like that money back as soon as possible. We can settle this whole matter out of court for $100,000. Does that sound reasonable?
Oh, hello. I'm sorry, but may I ask who I'm speaking to right now? I think you might have the wrong number.
This is Pamela Jones's phone number, isn't it? My name is Sam Richardson, and I was recently scammed by your daughter, Sarah. I'm very sorry to be reaching out to you so suddenly like this, but this is a very serious matter, and I would like to deal with it as soon as possible.
Excuse me, but I'm not quite sure that I'm following everything that you're saying to me right now. I think I'm just a little lost since this is the first time I'm hearing about all of this. So, are you saying that my little Sarah caused you all of this trouble?
Yes, that is what I just said in my last message, isn't it? She actually stole $300,000 from me with her little scam. I have half a mind to go to the police and file a report. Is that what you would like to happen? Do you want her to be arrested?
Now wait just a minute, please. Sam, are you really saying that previously you had serious intentions to marry my little Sarah, but that then she lied to you and stole $300,000 from you?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I was so serious about our wedding, but then suddenly Sarah said that she didn't want to get married to me anymore. And then stole $300,000 from me and ran off.
Did my little angel really do that? I just can't believe what I'm reading right now. To think that my own sweet innocent little cutie could do such a thing?
I know, it must be a lot to take in right now. I can't imagine that any parent would ever want to believe that their child committed such a serious crime. But unfortunately, I'm telling you the truth right now, ma'am. Your daughter scammed me with a fake marriage proposal.
Did my sweet precious little innocent angel really do that? Do you have any proof that you and my Sarah ever really dated, Sam?
Of course I have proof. But as you know, Sarah doesn't really like to be in photos, so I don't have anything like that. However, I can show you the messages where we talked about our wedding plans.
I see. So that's how it is. If that's the case, could you please send me some of those screenshots?
Well, unfortunately, those messages are saved on another phone that I don't have with me at the moment. So I'm not able to show them to you right now.
Well, then I see no reason why I should believe you. When will you be able to show me your proof?
Don't worry, I'll send them soon. Just you wait. By the way, I know right now you might not want to face the truth, but the fact of the matter is that your daughter is a criminal. Do you understand? And the fact is that I am the victim of that crime. So I am respectfully asking that you accept the situation for what it is and stop doubting me.
Is that what I should be doing? By the way, I'm curious about how you even got my phone number in the first place.
Well, your daughter gave it to me while we were dating, of course.
But you're saying that it's impossible for you to talk to Sarah now? And why would she give you my number in the first place?
Well, I asked her for it while we were dating. Does it really matter how I got your contact info? If you don't stop with all these little games, I really will go to the police.
Is that so? So you're being completely serious when you say that Sarah scammed you and stole your money in a wedding scam?
Yes, of course I'm being serious right now. Do you think I could even joke about something this serious?
I see. In that case, I'd like a little time before I give you my response.
How many times do I have to explain all of this to you? Your daughter stole my money with her little marriage scam. Now, not only am I out of all that money, but all I'm left with is a broken heart.
I understand what you're saying.
If you do, I'll know and go straight to the police.
Huh? Wait, why shouldn't my husband know about any of this? I was thinking of discussing this whole thing with him, actually.
I just don't need the story made into a bigger deal than it is. Do you understand me?
I see. Very well then, please just hold on a minute. I need to think some things over and then I'll message you again. Paul, I have a code red on my hands. I was just contacted by someone trying to pull a scam on me.
What? Are you serious? Are you sure about that?
And I'm sure he's lying to try and get money from us. After all, he's insisting that he was the victim of a marriage scam perpetrated by none other than Sarah.
Wait, what? This guy said Sarah scammed him with the wedding scam? Sarah?
Exactly. Can you believe our cute little darling could do something like that?
Hey, come on now, stop pulling my leg. You know I hate these kinds of jokes.
But I'm telling you what happened. This isn't a joke. Earlier today, I received a message from a guy called Samuel Richardson.
You did you? That's interesting because I have a guy named Samuel Richardson on my team.
Whoa, no way. So you know the guy who I'm talking to just now?
And just why the heck does that guy have your phone number anyways? There's really no reason he should have that kind of information.
Well, don't ask me. He never asked for my number from you or anything like that.
No, he's never done anything like that before. This is all so strange. Wait a sec. There was that one time that I went into the office and I accidentally left my phone unlocked on my desk while I went to the restroom. And I think while I was in the bathroom, you had texted me that you had just gotten back home.
Oh, I see. Yes, that must have been it. Are you good friends with this Sam guy?
To be honest, we don't really talk at all. I think he's kind of a weird guy, really. And I've heard a lot of bad rumors about him around the office.
No kidding. That's crazy. What kind of rumors?
Just that he frequents a lot of strip clubs and casinos and that kind of thing. I've heard he's racked up quite a huge gambling debt. And I've noticed money to be missing from my wallet a few times when we've gone out drinking.
You've had money missing from your wallet? As in you were just treating this guy to a few too many drinks while you were out?
No, it's not like that. I'm saying that I would go into the restaurant thinking I knew how much money I had in my wallet and would always leave with a lot less than I had calculated. I thought I might have just been really bad at math or something, but it kept happening.
Oh, I see what you're saying. With no proof that anyone took anything, it would be hard to make a clear call in that case. And it might get you in some trouble if you accused someone of stealing with no evidence. It would be hard to make anything stick in that case.
That's basically how I felt about the whole thing. And it's not like I can just go to a bar and ask to flip through their security cam footage or anything like that. But it would be really nice to have some kind of proof of what happened.
I know exactly what you mean, honey. Well, if the Sam guy really is as bad as you say and think, then it makes my text with him all the more weird. I guess it's possible that it could be someone with the same name who I was talking to. But either way, the person who I was talking to earlier was a scam artist trying to fleece me.
Hold on a sec. You just gave me a great idea.
What is it?
Hey, I think I've given you more than enough time to think things over. So, are you gonna hand over the money I asked for? If you don't want me to press charges, you'll have to pay me $100,000.
Right, about getting you your money. It's just that it's not an amount I can just transfer out of the account without someone noticing. So maybe I can just hand it off to you in person?
Well, yes, I guess doing it in person could work. So then you'll pay me the full amount?
Of course, I haven't been able to talk all this over with Sarah herself, but like you said, I don't want this thing getting any larger than it has to. So I think it would probably be in everyone's best interest if I just do what you say. And in exchange, I think I'd like to meet you and chat a bit in person if that's all right.
I see. Well, if that's how you want to do things, I see no problem with it. I'll send you a date and place soon. Be there and don't be late. Got it?
Yes, I completely understand. All I ask is that we meet in a well-lit public space. I'm just a bit worried since I'll be going alone to meet you and make the handoff.
I see. Don't worry about that. I'll think of a good cafe to meet. How does that sound?
Yes, I think that should work just fine. I'll wait for your next message of where and when to meet then.
Hey, I think I've given you more than enough time to think things over. So, are you gonna hand over the money I asked for? If you don't want me to press charges, you'll have to pay me $100,000.
Right, about getting you your money. It's just that it's not an amount I can just transfer out of the account without someone noticing. So maybe I can just hand it off to you in person?
Well, yes, I guess doing it in person could work. So then you'll pay me the full amount?
Of course! I haven't been able to talk all this over with Sarah herself, but like you said, I don't want this thing getting any larger than it has to. So I think it would probably be in everyone's best interest if I just do what you say. And in exchange, I think I'd like to meet you and chat a bit in person if that's all right.
I see. Well, if that's how you want to do things, I see no problem with it. I'll send you a date and place soon. Be there and don't be late. Got it?
Yes, I completely understand. All I ask is that we meet in a well-lit public space. I'm just a bit worried since I'll be going alone to meet you and make the handoff.
I see. Don't worry about that. I'll think of a good cafe to meet. How does that sound?
Yes, I think that should work just fine. I'll wait for your next message of where and when to meet then.
Hey, just what kind of stunt are you trying to pull with me right now? Why didn't you bring the money with you to the cafe? That's not what we agreed to. You get back here right now and give me the money.
Well, $100,000 isn't an amount you can just walk around in public with. And besides, now that we have met, I really don't feel like paying you a single cent of what you're asking for.
What? What are you saying right now? How long are you still gonna keep playing these silly little games? You get back here and give me that money, or else your daughter will go to prison. Is that what you want to happen?
You mean my 3-year-old daughter? I think you must be mistaken.
Wait, what are you saying? Is this another one of your games?
A game? Not at all. I mean just what I said. My daughter is only 3 years old, so I guess I am just a little confused as to how she could pull off such an impressive marriage scam.
Are you crazy or something? I went out with your daughter, Sarah Jones. You better stop playing stupid with me right now because I am not going to fall for it.
Right. About that Sarah Jones person you keep going on about? That young lady isn't my daughter. She happens to be the family pet.
The what? What are you even saying right now?
Do you think it might be possible that you overheard my husband talking with one of your mutual colleagues? And you misinterpreted Sarah as being her daughter? When, in reality, she's the Labrador Retriever that we keep at home? Well, it is true that she is just the cutest thing, I'll give you that.
But your husband said she was a beautiful girl.
Well, she is a very beautiful girl. Well, we do always keep her fur well groomed, and she does have some strong, nice features for a dog, but I guess pretty women get complimented no matter what, huh?
But, what?
Oh, ew, don't tell me you were engaged to marry our dog. And come to think of it, I've never met you when we've gone on walks together. But to think that my cute little Sarah would get engaged to marry a human? Well, I just thought that kind of thing wasn't allowed. And then to think that the little rascal ran away with $300,000 of your money? I think that's a bit much even for her.
No, there's been some kind of mistake. This isn't right. I'm telling you that I was dating your real daughter.
You mean my 3-year-old daughter? Because at least Sarah is 5 years old. So, in dog years, I guess she's the appropriate age, but...
But your husband is just so old. Surely your 3-year-old is just your youngest daughter, right?
No. My husband and I married with the age gap. You know the old joke, robbing the cradle. Although not nearly as bad as you, if you're going to keep insisting you were engaged to our daughter. You didn't think I looked a bit young when we met?
Well, now that you mention it, I was pretty surprised at how young you were when you introduced yourself.
Well, that's a relief to hear at least.
So then the young woman in the photo your husband is always looking at is...
that must be that photo of me from years back that he loves so much. Well, I say younger, but I guess I'm still young, relatively speaking. I guess it's only natural you made a mistake like that.
Wait, so then why did you even bother coming to meet me earlier? If you knew all along that your daughter was never engaged to me, why did you come all the way out here to meet me in person?
Oh, that. Well, that was to gather evidence, of course.
To gather what?
You heard me. I had a small camera inside one of the pockets of the bag that I brought with me to the cafe. And it was streaming everything it saw straight to a computer that my husband was watching from our home. And when I stood up from my seat, you reached your hand over to my bag. Well, I hid the camera because I wanted to see if you would take anything from my bag.
Are you being serious right now?
Oh, I'm being very serious. And now I have my proof. Because we have footage of you rummaging through my purse and taking the money straight from my wallet. It's all on video, Sam.
You're lying, I know you are. How? Why would you do this to me? What did I ever do to you to deserve this?
Why did I do it? Well, to catch a criminal red-handed, of course. And also to confirm that the criminal I was dealing with was really working for my husband.
Wait a minute, please. This has all been one huge misunderstanding. So, you tricked me. And even after I made you promise not to say anything to your husband.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of my husband, I think he's on his way to go and have a chat with you right now. So you might want to try and explain things to your coworkers now before everything blows up. Also, I thought you should know that I've been screenshotting all of our conversations and I'll be handing everything over to the police. So I think you'll probably also be arrested for attempted blackmail as well.
Just wait, please. This is all wrong. You've got me all wrong. None of this is really my fault. I was dating an escort who stole all of my money. And now I have nothing. I've had to take out so much in loans.
An escort girlfriend? Wow, that sounds like there's way too much there to even begin to unpack. But I don't really see how any of that has anything to do with you and me. Or are you saying that just because you got scammed by someone that it makes it okay to scam other people?
But this girl, she told me that if she would marry me, if I could come up with $300,000. Even though she won't quit her job and is still sleeping with a bunch of other guys.
I really don't care about whatever is going on in your messed up love life. And you really shouldn't say anything else that'll make you seem more pathetic than you already are coming off.
You don't get it. After all I have done for this girl, this is how she chooses to treat me? It's unforgivable.
Your girlfriend was only being so nice to you because it was her job to act that way. Don't you see that? You really seem to have some bad luck with these misunderstandings. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Anyways, have fun dealing with my husband and the rest of the office coming down on you for what you've done. You might never be able to recover from something like this, but I guess it's just what an idiot like you deserves. After that, my husband and some of his friends from work arrived at the cafe and were able to hand off Samuel to the cops without too much fuss. This whole incident ended up spreading all over the office until everybody knew. Sam was, of course, fired on the spot. Everything that happened to him was his own fault for making assumptions. And for the crime of trying to scam people out of their hard-earned money, he was shunned from society as is only proper.